watching us from. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Tracy Dorcas. We have a lot in line for you and these are our top stories. Relief for Kenyans as the High Court quashes bid to higher tax on petroleum products. ODM leader Raila Odinga concludes his 3-day visit of Laikipia with stopovers at Narumoro, Chak and finally Karatina in Nyeri County in his quest to woo the mountain region. As the world marks the UN Tourism Day, it was Pop and Kala in Dere Island in Kisumu County. Talk to us via social media platforms as SWITV Kenya, Joel Chacha M on Twitter, as well on Facebook, SWITV Kenya and Joel Chacha. Send in an SMS via 111 We begin with matters politics. ODM leader Raila Odinga has asked the people of Mount Kenya region to vote for him as he promises to improve the country's economy together with bettering the lives of youth in the country. Speaking during a roadshow rally that saw the former premier making stops in different Mount Kenya region counties, Raila says that he and his region supported Kibaki in 2002 despite being from a different tribe, and that he should also be supported despite his tribe. Daniel Karuki now reports.
Key Mount Kenya governors today pledged to rally behind ODM boss Raila Odinga in his long day journey of trying to climb the mountain that witnessed him touring through counties at the heart of the region.
And we will be going by road through Narumoro.
Planned across the entire region that will definitely culminate in a declaration.
With all systems ready, Raila's entourage that stopped in Nanyuki, Laikipia County over the weekend first stopped in Nyeri County, where the ODM premier called on the constituents to support him in his 2022 race.
Tunaweza kutoa hata Wakenya milioni 20 kwa ufukara.
Raila was accompanied by key governors and legislators, including Murang'a County Woman Representative Sabina Chege, Homa Bay's Gladys Wanga, Kieni MP Kanini Kega, Embakasi East Babu Owino, among others, who rallied through Narumoro, Karatina, Sagana, Makutano, Kanol, Thika, and Githurai in Kiambu County.
Tukumbuke yeye ndiye alisema Kibaki tosha.
Sasa baba wako hapa, ile maneno mutasema, sisi tayari tumesema.
Mkipatia baba ta mmoja tu, hii uongozi itarudi Central.
Sasa kama mimi naambiwa ati Raila atakikane Mlima Kenya, nimefanya makosa gani?
A series of other consultative meetings across the region are expected to be conducted by the region governors that will conclude with a declaration of whether they will be backing Raila's State House bid. The ODM boss will, however, expect a showdown as the race to climb the mountain steepens. Murang'a and Kirinyaga governors Mwangi wa Iria and Anne Waiguru, however, skipped the events to possibly shelve their 2022 aspirations. Daniel Karuki for Switch TV News.
Meanwhile, Deputy President William Ruto has reiterated that every member of UDA will get an opportunity, assuring the aspirants of a transparent nomination process. Ruto says no one will be favored regardless of the closeness they enjoy to the second in command. Our very own Flora Limuki now reports.
As the political battle in the country takes shape, Deputy President William Ruto has assured aspirants that the United Democratic Alliance Party's nominations will be free, fair and transparent.
You do not have to have a godfather. You do not have to be connected. You just have to be yourself, run, walk the ground, make friends with the voters, register your voters. Let us meet in the nomination. Everybody is going to be treated fairly.
Speaking to UDA aspirants from Narok, Kajiado and Nakuru counties at his current residence, Nairobi County, Ruto has emphasized that the nomination shall be credible and based on the opinions of the voters.
But that's the nature of politics in the past. We want to correct that because we must build a national party and it must be built on the basis of fairness.
Ruto's plans of pushing for a national party, however, fell under heavy criticism by politicians over the weekend despite his calls for the country having a national party.
Kupanga siasa ya Kenya kwa msingi wa chama ya kitaifa.
No harm in having strong parties. It will not be regional a party like the Democratic Party, it is in almost every corner of this republic.
DP Ruto, who has declared his 2022 State House bid, is positive that the UDA party will have an upper hand in the next government. Flora Limuki, Switch TV.
Still a focus on matters politics, leaders of the SAWA movement that are supporters of presidential aspirant Dr. Mukisa Kitui have reiterated against remarks made by Kakamega Senator Cleopas Malala that Dr. Kitui is not qualified to be the Luhya spokesperson. The leaders have insisted that Dr. Kitui is solely focused on the presidential race.
Lakini leo nimeona mkora fulani ako kule Bungoma anaitwa Mukisa Kitui. Ati yeye amechukua wazee wengine hapa, hata tujui kama ni wazee wa huku, ati wamemvalisha skirt ingine, wamemvalisha skirt ati yeye ndio kiongozi wa Luhya. Kiongozi wa Luhya anavaa skirt kweli? Amevaa skirt ati kutoka leo wameweka yeye ati yeye ndio kiongozi wa Luhya. Tungependa kuambia Mukisa Kitui, usitupotezee wakati bana. Hii sarakasi yako tunajua unatumiwa kutoka nje.
Malala alikuwa MCA na kwa bahati nzuri ama bahati mbaya kutanganya watu akaweza kupromotiwa kuwa senator. Sasa nataka kumueleza ya kwamba sisi tutahakikisha amerudi kwa hiyo kiti yake MCA ama aende nyumbani akae nyumbani, because huwezi kuwa unatembea ukisunguzia matusi. Unatukana viongozi wa kitaifa, unatukana viongozi ambao wanataka kusaidia nchi kusonga mbele.
What Malala has done, he is an embarrassment not only to the Luhya community, but an embarrassment to the entire nation of Kenya by equating a person that is recognized internationally to a level of an MCA.
Dr. Kitui is not his equal, and that he's not competing with anyone for the position of...
Away from that, as the world marks the UN Tourism Day, it was pomp and color for a sector whose future looked bleak a year ago due to the COVID-19 pandemic effects. In Kisumu County, the impact of the pandemic has not been heavy due to close working relationship between the county government and the private sector. The country is now focusing on ensuring that it maximizes on the digital space as it sets itself to become a tourism hub.
As we wade through Lake Victoria to Ndere Island, the only tourism attraction island in Kisumu County, one would easily notice its tourism potential. Surrounded by Lake Victoria in a 4-kilometer square of surface area, Ndere Island provides a beautiful scenic views of the Homa Hills to the south, Mageta Island to the east, and the glimpse of Kampala in Uganda beyond the southwest horizon. It's no-brainer that the impact of the tourism sector has heavily suffered, but for Kisumu, a majority of its tourism sector has survived the storm. With billions of money having gone down the drain due to the border closure and the majority of businesses closing down, notably in Kisumu, a majority of stakeholders have managed to keep their businesses to stay afloat.
We have many tourism attraction sites, as you will be told. The Kisumu International Airport now plays host to many airlines, and an indication that many people have discovered this beautiful lakeside town together with the wonderful people of this region.
Having managed to put the pandemic at bay from tourism sector, the livelihood of many is slowly coming back to life, and the site have been set to tap into the digital space. In embracing the digital sector, so will the opportunities for the youths be open to tame the joblessness. The monster that has been affecting the country is worsened by the pandemic. With a year and some months having made life difficult for many globally, the turnaround period to set the sector back to its normal state is the biggest question. Robert Oma, Switch TV, Ndere Island in Kisumu County.
Our focus now matters COVID-19, that is health. Kenya has today recorded 54 new COVID-19 cases and 7 deaths, even as the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Mutahi Kagwe, has said the ministry is planning to come up with a policy to regulate charges on medical services in the hospitals. The CS also says that 98% of the people hospitalized for COVID-19 are those not vaccinated. Kagwe said the bill shall seek to leverage on the medical bills, especially in the private hospitals, which are said to be charging exorbitant rates to the patients seeking services there. The CS said cases of private hospitals retaining bodies after the families failed to raise the bill are of course on the rise, and this is a call for concern.
Tumeambiwa habari ya vaccination hapa. Wajua 98% of the people who are currently hospitalized ni watu ambao hawajachanjwa. 98%. Kwa hivyo ni kusema ya kwamba hii chanjo inafanya kazi. Sisi tunataka kila mtu awe na NHIF card. Ndio sababu kama mjumbe Sabina amesema, we need to get to the point where the NHIF card pays for everything and everybody. Not just other diseases, but also even COVID-19. And the way to get it done is to make sure that as many people as possible have enrolled for NHIF. Once we have got that massive people, it is then possible to change what NHIF is offering to the public. And we are happy, and Sabina, please help us, and the members of parliament who are here. I am seeking your support to ensure that the NHIF bill that is currently in parliament passes so that we can be able to change NHIF and make it more effective and responsive to the needs of the people of this country.
Elsewhere, High Court Justice James Makau has issued temporary orders quashing the decision by the Commissioner General KRA to adjust excise duty rates for petroleum products that was to take effect October 1st. The judge said there will be danger to Kenyans in the further increase of fuel prices, and if KRA adjusts the excise duty rates as proposed, though the decision is pending approval by the CS National Treasury Ukur Yatani. In a notice on August 10th, KRA Commissioner General Mburu announced that rates on excise duty will be adjusted using the average inflation rate for the 2020-2021 financial year of 4.97%. This prompted a group of youth from Korogosho under the banner name Ufanisi Center to move to court to oppose the adjustment. The rate, as determined by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, was expected to be effective from October 1st, subject to approval by the Treasury CS. And now focus on tech. The iPhone 13 doesn't bring with it a huge number of new features, but it does improve on the iPhone 12 in several areas, chiefly battery life, power, display, and cameras, to make this one of the most impressive all-round handsets we've seen from Apple. Apollo James tells us more.
Everything on the iPhone 13 is a touch better than before, and some elements are significantly better. The highlight of the iPhone 13 is its battery life. The iPhone 13 batteries will last longer than those in the iPhone 12 for a combination of reasons, including bigger battery, iOS 15 software, and the A15 Bionic chip. The iPhone 13's new A15 Bionic chipset, meanwhile, is incredibly powerful, and paired with 4 GB of RAM, it's capable of running multiple apps and tasks quickly and efficiently. A new dual camera for the iPhone 13 improves clarity in images, while the introduction of the company's sensor-shift optical image stabilization technology, previously only available on Apple's Pro Max handsets, is a big deal for those who want to shoot quickly without losing their subject in a blur. Even the screen on the iPhone 13 is a touch better than what we've seen on previous standard iPhones, and that's a big deal if you're upgrading from an iPhone 12 or older. The OLED technology here enables a brighter picture than ever, and the picture quality is simply fantastic. One disappointment, however, is that Apple hasn't included a 120Hz refresh rate on the iPhone 13, so you're not getting as smooth an experience as on the iPhone 13 Pro or iPhone 13 Pro Max. While at first glance the iPhone 13 may not seem like a great leap forward for Apple, the improved battery life, performance, screen, and camera all add up to be a worthwhile upgrade for anyone who's coming from an older iPhone or looking to make the switch from Android. Apollo James, Switch Television.
11 minutes past 7 p.m. We're due for a short commercial break, but before that, I can see Margaret Kimathi saying she's tuned in from Mwingi, and also Edgar Koskei from Embakasi Central. You can keep on your feedback coming via 111 444 111 and also across our social media platforms as Switch TV Kenya. We're not taking a commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Tracy Dorcas. Moving on this week's episode of Know Your CEO, we get to interact with George Mburu, the Chief Executive Officer at Mizizi Africa Homes, a real estate company that has won 2 key awards in a year, the Most Affordable Mid-Plan and Low-Cost Housing Developers Awards. Take a look.
Ever want to know how a CEO sees his world? Then this is how. Apart from running an organization and strategizing, the key role is to ensure there's money in the bank. Our CEO this week is George Mburu, the CEO of Mizizi Africa Homes. George, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It's a pleasure.
George, briefly, actually in a minute, sell yourself to us.
From my understanding, you have said a CEO is somebody who strategizes things, has to get things moving. And let me sell myself as the CEO. As a CEO, for sure, that is the way you should look at things, to ensure that business is running, to ensure there is cash flow, to ensure there is cohesion for all the departments. All the departments are functioning very well, to ensure that everybody understands what the vision of the business, of the company, where you are going. And me, as the CEO of Mizizi Africa Homes Limited, that is my work, and it is something that I love. I do with passion. I love getting things moving. I love working with people as a team because you can't work alone, you need people. I love seeing people growing, seeing people understand what I have in my mind, and basically being a team leader and a team player, because it's good when you are working as a team also to be a team player. Already the number one as the private developer when it comes to affordable housing, and we want now to consolidate our base very well all over the country.
George, when did you start Mizizi Africa Homes?
Mizizi started recently in 2019. Our first project, we did the groundbreaking in August 2019.
You started in 2019, and then in 2020, COVID hit the country, and real estate took a big hit. How did you remain afloat?
Initially, we used to go to activations, meet people one-on-one. We used to give flyers on the roads. We used to, those were our main methods of looking for customers. But now we had to go more on online. We were using online, but we were not so much online.
George, early this year, you handed a 50,000 check to the top KCSE candidate who comes from Moranga High School also. What drove you to such an act of compassion?
We are a company that believes in having a face behind. It's not only a company that is the name. We believe in also being humane. We believe in having a face that is human behind the company. And that is just one act that we did that at least you also noticed. We have so many of such activities, or as we call them, the CR corporate social responsibilities. Yeah, we believe any company that wants to thrive, you must also do very well in corporate social responsibility.
George, I can see an award here saying most preferred low-cost residential development in 2021. You're the winner. Sure. What was key to this award?
So for us, the ingredients that made us win this award is the fact that our houses are very affordable. That is one. The second thing is that they are affordable and still quality. So when you put affordability and quality on the same page, then you get value for money.
George, I come from a very youthful station, and my job is to look for jobs for the youth. How many job opportunities have you created out there for youth?
When we look at our sites, at the moment we have 12 sites, and 10 of them are currently ongoing. And on average, every site we employ around 50 to 100 people. So we can roughly say, let's say on average, let's say about 70. So if you say 70 times 10 sites, that's 700. 700. Yeah, 700 per day.
George, the next part of Know Your CEO is Quickfire. We want to know the lighter side of you, George. Welcome to Quickfire. Build your home or buy your home?
Definitely I would build. You'll build? Because I'm a constructor by profession, by nature, it's my passion. Yeah.
You are an alumni of Moranga High School. Sure. Do you remember doing any cheeky thing, and what was it?
I had a homesick. I remember there's a time I had a homesick. I had missed my parents. I went home. It was on a Sunday. And I remember I found there was nobody at home. I had not called. They didn't know I was coming, so I definitely knew they were in church. So I went to church, and I found my dad in church, and the stare he gave me, I almost went back.
What is the most coveted award you want Mizizi Africa Homes to win?
The most coveted award that we as Mizizi would like to win is the award that recognizes our CSR aspect.
Do you know Sheng?
Yeah, not so much, but can try.
A little bit of it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one. Sure. Keja, what's the meaning of Keja?
Keja. Keja ni hao, nyumba.
Take me to Kanairo. What do I mean?
Yeah. Nairobi.
Oh, wow. There is a real estate student studying somewhere in a campus, believing that one day they're gonna maybe work in a real estate company or even own a real estate company just like you, what will you tell them?
Do it with your whole heart, and especially if it is a passion, do it because there is a lot of potential.
That's it for this week's episode of Know Your CEO. Standing in for Lincoln Ombugu, my name is Brian Mwenda.
Thank you, Brian Mwenda. And just, the bit about Sheng. Do you know Sheng? I know Sheng. What is Chachisha? Chacha. Moving on, the Kenya Electricity Generating Company PLC KenGen has kicked off the construction of a research and development center at Tana Power Station located in Murang'a County in a move to boost innovation in the company. The construction of the RD center, which will also double up as an archive for the company, is expected to take 18 months to complete, making KenGen one of the first public sector entities in Kenya to establish such a facility. Speaking during the foundation stone laying ceremony, KenGen Managing Director and CEO Rebecca Miano has said the project, which is 5 weeks ahead of its implementation plan, is part of KenGen's overall diversification strategy and will go a long way in helping the firm to identify and implement new revenue streams much faster.
We are here to lay the foundation stone for the research center, archive and museum for KenGen. And this project is very important for KenGen. It will be for immortalizing all our records and our work, and for sustainability, it will live beyond our generation. It's for generations to generation. And this research center will actualize our dream to be innovators. We anticipate that in the next 18 months, this project will be up and standing and opened for research and archive.
Time to now get sporty. Leading Malawian pro Paul CHIDALE shot an impressive round of 4 under par 68 to grab a first round lead of the Safari Tour. A season got underway at the par 72 Sigona Golf Club course. Meanwhile, home players Njogu and Mohit shot 2 under par 70 each to tie for the second place with Kenya Railways Golf Club Alfred Nandwa. Meanwhile, Kenya's Carl Flash Tundo extended his lead in the 2021 African Rally Championship standings after clinching victory in the Karago Zambia Rally. Home driver Leroy Gomez, who